Welcome to the PathMonk Presents podcast. My name is Sean Donnelly Lewis, and in today's episode, we're speaking with Irit Gillath. She is the VP of Marketing at Pillir.io. Irit, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
No problem. I have practiced saying your name a couple times in my head, and I think it's all right. All right. Well, let's talk about Pillir.io. What is it? What is it all about? What do you guys do?
Sure. So Pillar is a low-code cloud-native platform that enables organizations to develop mission-critical applications and business processes 20 times faster than they could do in their traditional legacy tools, while at the same time lowering the total cost of ownership, reducing security risks, and actually simplifying future migrations and digital transformation.
Okay.
So think about it. Using our platform, basically our customers leverage the power of their ERP, predominantly their SAP system, which is a very complex system built over the years in their landscape. And they're looking to modernize the business processes, which directly impact their business and their ability to respond to the market needs. And we basically provide them with the tool that allows them to take their legacy knowledge, convert that, modernize it, and create new modern business processes in fraction all the time and fraction the cost.
Very cool. And so who would be using your platform? Just talk about your clientele for a second. Is it companies that are pivoting because of Corona, like you have your mom and pop shop, or is it bigger companies?
So typically a company that will have a platform like SAP will be your very large enterprise. I think about 77% of the world GDP or something like that is built on systems that are with companies that are SAP based. And we go after these companies. Now, these companies presented with the two options, and Corona actually just made that even bigger of a problem. They can use their existing legacy system, in which processes, a lot of them were built over the last 10, 15 years. People build custom code. No one really knows what it does, but they know they need it. The interfaces are not mobile friendly. It was developed before iPhone was available or smartphones. That's one option. And then the other option is SAP telling them you can migrate to our future fancy platform, but that digital transformation will cost them multi-millions dollars and multi-years to do. So that's a very high risk. So we offer them basically a third option. We tell them, we know you need to move. Corona made you change your business fast. You need to respond to the changes fast. Your IT cannot take 6 months to make a change in the business process. Instead, go and start one process at a time. Take your, very painful, whereas ordering, and modernize this. Then go and do something else. Think about it more like like a house. You have your house, it has good bones, and you can choose buying a new house, or you can decide, well, you know what, I'm probably just gonna renovating, and I'll start renovate from the kitchen, and I'll start with the appliances and maybe the cabinets. And you know what, if I'll decide to move eventually, I can actually take those fancy appliances and move them to the new house. So I actually made some preparation for the future to come.
Okay, very interesting. And so thinking about the business, how have you guys been able to grow the business? Has it been a lot of referrals? Has it been digital marketing? Has it been inbound, SEO, SEM? Which avenues have you guys utilized?
It's been a bit of all. A lot of it was, especially as the company grew, it was a lot of friends and family and networking and who we know in the market. We are, all of us kind of grew in this industry, so have very heavy networking. And then, of course, referral. Once you have customers that are using the product, referrals are the best compliment you can get. But then, of course, inbound and digital marketing. We're actually redoing a lot of our SEO and SEM efforts right now. We just lately actually doubled our organic traffic. Quite nice of an achievement, just in Q1. But we also utilize various outbound tactics, and via emails and social media, but I think what's maybe make it a bit different, we are very focused. We know who is our target market, we know their size, we know who they are, because you can find the people that are using SAP, for example. You can find their size, you can find people that fit our profile very well, and we try to be as directed and focused as we can.
Thinking about the website, what role does that play in acquiring new clients?
Website is your profile picture. It's the first thing that people see. It's the first thing that sells your product. It has to talk their language. It has to talk to their pains and explain why they should care, and do it really quickly, because in the age of everything at home and everything around the computer, we all have some level of attention disorder, and we make decisions in fractions of seconds, and you need to deliver your message fast.
And thinking about your website, what would you say would be the strength of your website? Would it be the converting customers, the quality of leads, the user experience?
That's a good question. I'm saying I need to change a lot of things that I'm not happy with. And
You're
I'm in the
you're a
process with it.
marketeer. You're a marketeer.
Yeah, and I'm in the process of doing that. So we marketers, we always try to make things better, improve our messaging, improve our branding. There's always a lot to do there. Not sure what's the best thing that it does. It gets people to where we need them to be. So that's probably.
Okay, well, let's go where the pain is then. Let's go towards the pain. Let's not run away from it. If you were to improve those things on the website, would it be the ability to convert? Would it be the quality of the leads generated, or the user experience?
So I'm actually in the process of changing a lot of these things. I think people are coming to us with different pains, and sometimes we are offering a platform, and the platform has millions of different uses. Each enterprise is different, and each enterprise has its own pains and needs. And we're trying to make sure that we answer not only to sorry not only to, we try to make sure that we give them some option and solutions to their immediate problem, but also kind of let them see that there are more to it. They can actually use this for a lot of other different use cases and applications that they may have not even thought about.
And coming back to what you guys do, just for everyone listening, what would you say helps you guys stick out opposed to other people that occupy the same space? What do you guys do just a little differently?
Yeah. So there's several things. I mean, the low code is a very, very busy market, but not in the SAP. In the SAP market, actually, even the term low code is not as familiar in this market. But what we bring to this is we bring expertise in SAP. Since everyone in the company grew up in this market, we build solutions and tools that are fully integrated, deeper than any other solution in the market. We also allow for solutions and applications to work in an offline settings. Now, everyone's saying it can work on offline, but when you talk about a business process, it's not just accepting an order, your Amazon guy dropping your package. It's a lot more to it. There's, someone is getting it, and then they need to check if it's okay or not. And then they need to send an order to finance. Finance needs to review it. They need to QA. There's like a lot of different stages and ifs, and some of our customers need all of that complicated thing to work in an offline for a whole shift. I mean, think about remote location, think about gas and oil applications. They needed to work offline on their phone for 8 hours where they have no connectivity, no mobile service. So this is another thing that stand out. And again, selling to the enterprise market, the solution is one that actually give a very simple and easy to use solution to what is a very complex problem in a very complex environment. So we give them two tools to do that very easily with very little coding, but at the same time automatically test it in this very complicated, and actually remove a lot of the problems they have today to maintain their SAP system, and help them by that actually make it a more secured and an easier to migrate environment.
Since you're the VP of marketing, I always love to pick the marketeer's brain. So when I say something like innovation, what would you say would be the biggest challenge in marketing when it comes to innovation?
Well, one of the problems I think is sometimes to see what you're doing good and what you don't. A lot of us, the Martech stack is a lot of times built from a lot of, sorry. Allergies are killing me these days.
That's all right.
Not COVID, I'm not sick. So I think one of the problems is visibility to data and seeing what's working and what's not. And even running tests and running things is sometimes hard, especially when you're a small company and you don't have necessarily the volume to run complex A/B testing. And so that's one problem. The other problem sometimes is, again, in small companies is just resources. There's a lot to be done. You need to prioritize what you do first and what gives you the better return on investment. And that is sometimes a barrier to innovation. It shouldn't, but it is.
And when it comes to CRO, when it comes to conversion optimization, what would you say is the biggest challenge in marketing for that? In your opinion, obviously.
I think the biggest challenge is to optimize it to the different people, the different personas. You have different people with different needs, and all of us define personas, and we try to group our users in different groups. But at the end of the day, still each customer, each potential customer is different. Their needs and pains are different. While there are similarities, in a perfect world, it will be completely personalized to their needs, but it's very hard to achieve.
And when it comes to the marketing process, right? Like if you could focus on one thing in order to improve the whole process, which would it be? Would it be the road mapping? Would it be the growth initiatives? Would it be the marketing messaging or the reporting? Which one for you is the thing out of those four?
They're all built on each other, right?
Yeah.
Without proper messaging that talk to your customer needs and pains, nothing will help. I mean, you can try and grow and you can try to do a lot of things, but if you don't have the right solution for their needs, it's not going to help. But then, growth strategies and growing your funnel. At the end of the day, we all measured by the bottom line. If you're not generating sales, then something you're doing is not working. At the end of the day, all the businesses are here to sell and grow and thrive.
You sound like someone out of sales now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. No, but marketing is, if you're just worried about a nice looking website and a well-designed collateral, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to switch gears here for a second, I wouldn't mind talking about you as a leader. What kind of content do you consume to help educate yourself and grow as a person and as a professional?
There are a few blogs that I'm on them and try to read them when I can, like Ran Fishkin, for example. There are a few good influencers on Twitter or in other places in social media that definitely raise some interesting ideas, and especially it's getting interesting once people do engage in conversation. You actually see a lot more opinions from different people. And then I always have too long of a stack of books that I plan to read, but never get to. But no, I get to. But that's just there are some really good books out there. It's nice when you try to wind down at night. Next to my bed, I have this stack of books.
Yeah, I have a book next to my bed as well, but I always get a page or two in and then I'm out. So
Yep.
okay, so we are slowly coming to the end of the episode. But before we do, I just have some rapid fire questions for you. So
Okay.
Irit, are you ready for it?
Yes. Go ahead, shoot.
Okay.
That's
When it
scary.
comes to books, what is the last book that you read?
A book from Brad Thor. It's like spies shooting, kind of fun book.
That's all right. Sounds
Not
great.
your business book. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. What is the single thing that your company is focused on the moment at the most?
We're launching a new, really exciting version for our product next month, which brings to the market several really interesting things that no one else in the market does. So
Exciting.
that is exciting.
If there were no boundaries in technology, what would be the one thing you want to have fixed for your company today?
I would love to have a few more robots, humans doing a lot more stuff that I don't really want to do.
What's the last thing that kept you awake about your company at night?
That launch, it's coming. There's like a million things that I need to do and finalize, and I want to make sure that it's going to be successful and we get the growth and exposure that we want to.
Just if you were to start over, let's just say your professional career, what would be the one piece of advice you give yourself?
Enjoy what you do. If you're in a place where you don't enjoy it, whether it's because of the people or because of the company or because of the product, move on. Don't stay in a place where you're not enjoying your time, you're not feeling you're growing, and you're not evaluated.
All right, everyone, that was Irit Gillath, and she is the VP of Marketing at Pillir, Pillir.io. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Irit. The last order of business that we have is the last word. And this is where I just let you could sum up everything that we talked about today. Or if you feel like there's something that we forgot, I just want to give you the last word. The floor is yours.
Okay, so if any of our listener is in the enterprise market using SAP, know that you have a choice. You can start to innovate today, one process at a time, and we're looking to help you.
Great. Thanks for your time today, Irit.
Thank you, Sean.